What's up, guys? HTG Brian back with some more Funko Fusion. Next up, Battlestar Galactica Level 5 Story Throne Room Doom. Now, if you've been following along with our playlist order, this is actually the final level for the 7 worlds. However, there is a final segment after this. So there is a trophy achievement for completing this world, 10,000 light years away from nowhere. But other than that, we're just going to go ahead and keep on with the keeping on. Now, I thought this was going to be it, but I should have known there is a final boss battle, and we are going to have to check that out sooner than later in order to get that 100%. But here we are in the Funko Factory Hub world for Battlestar Galactica. We're going to head over to 5, door number 5, that is, and jump right into a cutscene. That poor old dog, or Daggett, or whatever he is. Poor guy, he's never catching a break. All right, well, here we are. We're getting ready to kick things off. I highly recommend smashing and grabbing some vinyl as well. You could use it to buy a soda. However, you should probably just keep it in the tank, as we're going to need tons of it. Go ahead and flip the switch and make your way into the next room, and beware, there is going to be a big cloud of ninja smoke popping up. And no, it's not our friend Gurg. It's actually some bad guys, Cylons, hiding behind the smoke. Inside there, you should find the red orb baddie running around too. It's quite possible, anyways, as he could spawn there or in the final battle scene area, which is the next room. All right, so once we get the area clear, we'll go ahead and pump up the panels on the wall here that are going to reveal some more panels. Now, there's a trick to this. Basically, just hit the bottom left one and the top right one in the first one. That should reveal the blue laser enhancer. And in the second one, we're going to go both top left and top right, and then bottom right as well. Now, the goal here is to get all of them green at once. If you have any red out, it's going to prevent you from opening the door. So just repeat the process. And now that you know how it's supposed to look, you can make it happen. Go ahead and grab either of the laser enhancers and slap it on the old spinning table here. We're going to go ahead and try to line things up so that the blue or the circular laser enhancer is aimed for the left side panel. And then we're going to go ahead and switch them up and grab the old square one. That's right. Slam it on down, and we're going to aim it over towards the right-hand side. Now, we're going to need these laser enhancers in the final battle room, so be aware of that. We're actually going to grab this one and bring it in and slam it down next to this little podium here. On the ground in this room, there are tons of panels that need to be lit up, and we recommend that you start with those. Now, if you shoot the big bad guy in the middle, that's going to trigger the final boss battle, and it's going to get a lot more hectic. We've got a little preparations we want to recommend that you do before you engage with the big baddie. So let's go ahead and run around the room and queue up all of these panels. Now, you're probably going to have quite a few Cylons attacking you along the way. Feel free to either ignore them or give them the biz. We're going to go ahead and give a little bit of both. And over in the corner, you should note that there is a soda machine. And like I always say, who doesn't like a free soda? So we'll go ahead and swoop one of those up, add it to the cans there. We got 4 of them now. We're actually going to use quite a few of those, as this boss battle is a little hectic. Also, take note of the hearts surrounding the area here. There should be 2 of them. But most importantly, let's go ahead and unlock the collection tube, because that's going to be hugely important once we get going. So, all right, we've got them all except for one. We're going to turn around and get that one we missed. And now it's turret time. We're going to go ahead and make our way over to the blue mold machine and craft or mold a bunch of turrets. In fact, the game will allow you to have 5 out at once. We're going to place 4 down, out, and active, and then we're going to spawn or craft another one and leave it right at the mold machine for later use. Now, as it turns out, we actually place 3 or 4 out, and our original one we put down on the ground gets taken out, so we have to replace that, or we choose to. I shouldn't say we have to. But the goal for this is basically to thin out the numbers of the bad guys as we're focusing on the middle guy, because it's going to be the same as always. You got to shoot some soft spots, collect the purple goo, take it to the collection tube, and rinse and repeat. Now, with tons of bad guys chasing and swarming you, these turrets are going to actually do a pretty nice job of keeping them off. However, they're not perfect, and eventually the game spawns a couple of Cylon tanks, and those tanks are pretty powerful. Now you can see our turret here is smoking. The original one we put down, it's only got a few seconds of life left before it expires, but that's okay. We're gonna actually, there it goes, in fact. We're gonna go ahead and slam this one down and put it right back where it was. Well, a little bit off center from it, but then we'll go ahead and mold one more, and that should be it. And then we're going to go ahead and take on the big baddie. All you have to do is shoot him, and he'll start releasing that purple goo. And, of course, we just collect it and take it to the tube. Each time he releases that goo, he puts up a force field, and there's a couple of new obstacles we have to take on before we can actually shoot him again. So you can see he just went up. We're going to collect a bunch of the goo, take it to the tube, and then there are a couple of panels that we need to shoot to basically release the force field up there and give us access to him. Once that happens, it should allow us to shoot him some more and collect more purple goo. And then, of course, rinse and repeat. It's not necessarily the rule of 3. It's kind of up to you on how much damage you do to Buddy and how much of the purple goo you replaced in the tube. To be honest, it was hard to tell. Was it how much damage we did that progressed the scene, or was it a time-based thing? Regardless, just go ahead and take as many shots at him as possible, do as much damage, and collect as much goo. That's basically the best advice for both me and you. Now, be aware, as I mentioned, there's going to be some Cylon tanks. There's also a couple of others. So there's the blue Cylon guy that comes out with a shield that can only be meleeed to death. Oh, there's the tank right there. And then there's also a gold Cylon guy that comes out. Now, my recommendation with the tanks is, as soon as you take the bad guys out, don't worry about the tank itself. Leave it for dead. We'll go ahead and deal with that later. Now, you might have noticed the next section actually requires some laser enhancers. Now, if you remember, we had those in the original room we came out of, so we're going to backtrack in there. It should be noted, too, that your health should always be on watch, making sure that you're not getting low. Now, of course, for me, recording these videos, I wanted to make sure I didn't die. If you guys die, it's just a little trip back to the box and a little bit of vinyl out of pocket. But that's okay, so we'll go ahead and recommend you take some drinky poos with you, but just in case you don't, it's not a big deal. You got 5 lives to get through this, and I'm trusting that you can do it. That's right, you can do it! All right, we've got the other laser enhancer. We've taken it all the way around, and it's kind of a funny angle. I'm not sure why I was struggling with this, but it certainly was a bit of a task. So after a few grenades get dropped on me and I have to roll all around and take on a tank too, we'll be back for that laser enhancement bit, and then it should give us a couple of other panels to take down if they're not already done, and revealing the big bad guy up top. I wish I knew his name. I feel bad about that. I'm pretty good about, you know, awareness and things, and I often do research in times that I'm not aware. This time I didn't go look because I wasn't sure what boss that was. But there it is. There's a couple panels up there that need just your regular laser beam. And, of course, we got the old laser enhancer one, too. I think we got one more on this far side, and nope, he's revealed. He is revealed. We'll go ahead and shoot him down, collect that purple goo, and take it to the tube. And basically, we're just going to repeat this process over and over until we get that number to 40. Once it hits 40, it's going to switch to gold. And we'll finally get some help with this Imperious leader, which I still don't know who that is. All right, so we're up to 25 now. We got more goo on the ground, so we're going to go ahead and run around. We got another panel open here, a little laser enhancement perhaps. Go ahead and pew, pew, pew up there. Okay, one done. We got another one that requires just a laser. Now, you're going to thank me in a minute because one of these coming up soon is actually a turret panel that requires that. So now you could go and grab one of your turrets that are out if there are any still existing. However, if there is not, it's going to take a lot of, well, back and forth trying to take out the Cylons on the ground, avoiding all the grenades being tossed at you and all sorts of stuff just to get to that mold machine. Now, I'm getting a little low on health, so I'm going to retreat back into the spawn area and take a drinky poo. And at some point, one of these times that I retreat, I actually have the gold Cylon follow me. I doubt that's going to happen for most of you. It was sort of a luck-based thing. But if it does, that would be glorious because those gold ones, if you remember, it's cha-cha-cha, pew-pew-pew. Actually, it's pew-pew-pew, cha-cha-cha if I'm being accurate. But anyways, that's definitely a little bit tiresome out on the battlefield when you got laser beams and all sorts of stuff being shot at you. Now, in this particular case, we have to swap the laser enhancers. So the square one has to go on the opposite side, and same with the circular one. Basically, I just grab one and yeet it to the other side. And of course, I'm getting attacked like crazy. See what I'm saying? Like, could you imagine trying to spawn a turret right now? Which is why we got that one laying on the ground. Now, I have retreated yet again, and I do believe, yep, there he is. There's old Goldie. Feel free to try this tactic, as it would definitely benefit you to have to deal with this guy all alone in a private room here. Like, seriously. But once this guy is done we're going to make our way back in and finish off that Imperious leader. Who is that guy? Does he have a real name? Do you guys know? Anybody remember? Anybody old enough to remember the old Battlestar Galactica, or am I the only one? I know that it's definitely an older show. But here we go. We got more laser enhancements needing to be happening. Oh, and there we go. We got the green X up there, which is an indication that we need a turret to take that one down. But I'm going to make my way over and finish off the other laser enhancement here. Make sure I get that square one up there done did. Come on there, Billy. Come on. We got it. We got it. We got it. Oh, so close. Those grenades, though, bro. Those grenades. Knock it off. All right, so it looks like we have 2 turret panels up on the main section here. Once those are dealt with, we should be able to attack the Imperious leader and take down some more of that purple goo. Luckily for us, we already got a turret ready to go. At least if you followed our instructions, you should. Now, you might even have 1 or 2 out on the field still, and if you do, feel free to pick those up and move them as well. Be aware of the flaming laser beams. Those can be avoided by either waiting for them to go up and down. It's like a carnival ride. Or you can actually jump and roll through the air, and that's a pretty handy tactic. Now, as soon as both of those panels are taken out, we should be able to release the goo. And of course, as soon as we grab a few, we're going to slam them in the tube. MJ style. Oh, we're low on health. Let's go ahead and grab a heart so we stay alive. Staying alive. Staying alive. Oh my gosh. See what I'm saying? So much going on right now. And we've got way more than 6, but I'm not sure I was actually aware that I only needed 6 at the time. But we'll pick them all up. We'll go ahead and slam them down, and booyakashow. Wait a couple of seconds. It should turn to gold, and then we just need to simply activate it by pressing the icon indicated and filling that meter. Now, there's still a lot going on. Bad guys aplenty, laser beams coming in, grenades getting tossed at you. Definitely avoid those as best as possible. Cue it up, and we should be out of here into a cutscene shortly with the help of our gold friend. Muffet to the rescue! All right, the big boy is holding down the Imperious leader up there. It should be noted that there's probably a couple of bad guys lingering. For me, they actually didn't pop up for a few seconds here. It seems like the coast is clear, and then all of a sudden I take a couple of pew-pews. In fact, right here they come. The Cylons are down low. You can see them just run by. And I'm going to take those guys out, which does take away from my collection time here. I was trying to get some vinyl, guys. But eventually, Muffet takes the cake, and we're on to another cutscene. All right, so Eddie has officially revealed himself. Go ahead and collect any vinyl or items scattered throughout that you want to get now, and go ahead and walk up to him and have that conversation. Look, I'm not mad. I'm just really disappointed. That's what we're going to tell him. Come on, man. You've been harassing us for days. Let's go ahead and see what he says. Frack, frack, frack. Stupid overgrown toasters. Hey, that Cylon toaster was pretty dope, if you're asking me. I'll have the last laugh, he says. Not on my watch. So we got stuff here, like there's the amber piece, there's collectibles scattered throughout, there's some silver chests. You guys do what you want to do. We're going to go ahead and save all of that for the fun play, get them all in one video, or at least mostly. And of course, booyakashow. Collect that world crown when you're ready to get out of here. And a quick peek at the collectibles. As just promised, we're going to save all those for the fun play, which will be soon. Let's go ahead and head back to the factory. But first, a quick cutscene to conclude the world. Hey, it looked like there was a reuniting there. The old doggo was found. All right, here we are back in the Funko Factory Hub. You might notice there is a red locked icon. Now, if this is your first world that you've completed, you're only going to have to go up a couple of stairs to get to the top. But basically, we got to go all the way up to that exclamation point. This is our final world, so we've got lots of swimming pool travel to do, all the way up to Jurassic where we started, and then over to the stairwell up to Freddy. Now, we're also going to turn in the crown, which is going to give us a trophy achievement called 10,000 light years away from nowhere, or 10,000 light years away from nowhere, something like that. There you go. We got all the crowns, though. And we're going to go ahead and slam the final one in. Booyah, cush out. Quick peek as it finds its way up to match the other ones. Oh, 10,000 light years from nowhere. So one of those variations I said was right? And as per usual, we got a quick little cutscene from Eddie.
Your life is pain. It is chaos and rage, fear and abandonment. Oh, Freddy, you didn't know, did you? You created me. I'm the sum of all your fears.
What? You're saying it was Freddy the whole time? What do you got to say for yourself, Freddy? Let's go ahead and see. Gee willikers, I created Eddie? Well, seemingly you did. I know I was sad about losing Granny, and I do get pretty anxious looking after everything. I guess I tried to bottle it all up, and it just overflowed onto the embodiment of all my fears. I must make amends. Now we all have all the world crowns. I think I can use them to restore some of my strengths. Whoa, was that Rainbow Freddy? What's going on there? I noticed the door's closed too. I wonder what's going on with that. Let's go ahead and check out Freddy here. It seems like we're locked in. I'm not sure about that, but it's actually a segue to the final boss battle. I don't want to ruin it for you. It's coming up next, though. Hey, guys, if you like this video, make sure you click the like button, drop us a comment, share it with your friends. Check us out at HappyThumbsGaming.com, HTGmerch.com. All of the above is good and plenty. As for me, though, that's going to do it for now. As always, until next time.